guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here today, my name's Deb and Jason and I bought this house in 2023 through the Akea Bank system. And today I'd like to take you for a full house tour. The house is a 7DK, which is 7 rooms plus a dining kitchen. And let's start off with the main part of the house. So it's laid out in 4 central rooms and this Genkan. The Genkan entryway is where you take your shoes off and step up into the house. As you can see, there's a shoebox there, and also you might have caught a glimpse of the sake barrel from the days when they brewed sake and soy sauce here. This is the central pillar of the house, the Daikoku Bashira, and it's the cornerstone of the entire building and is really a huge piece of timber. I don't think you get timber like this anymore. If you've seen the kitchen makeover video that I just released, you'll understand that this is the original condition of the kitchen and it's had a bit of a facelift since this video was recorded. This was our first real visit to the house after we'd purchased it, and yeah, it was really quite daunting, to be honest. I guess we didn't realise how much there would be to do to prepare to move into a house like this. We got a new stove and we had a new hot water system installed. Some of the plumbing in the bathroom was replaced, and we also had a new air conditioner installed a bit later on. Apart from that, we had a lot of work to do in the gardens and just general cleaning around the house. This is the Irori room, which is a central heating fireplace in the floor, and you can see by the ceilings and the walls that there's definitely been some smoke in this room at some point. And walking through to the dressing room and laundry, which is quite a decent space. The floor in here is a bit rotten, I think, so we have to replace the floorboards here, but the general structure is very solid. And the bathroom itself is spacious, it's got good water pressure, and it's actually really comfortable. If you look out to the garden, you can see what we were faced with in that first video, and looking at this, it was quite a lot to take in when we first arrived. Here you can see through to the cross section of the 4 central rooms of the house. It's laid out in 4 squares, which looks like the kanji for ta or field, which is a very common architectural layout for these houses. This is probably the fanciest room, it would have been their main living room or reception area of the main house. It's got the tokonoma there with a nice scroll hanging up. Has the sort of fanciest light fittings, which tells us that it probably was their best room. All of these rooms are 8 tatami in size, and we've decided to sleep in this room because it's got the air conditioner in it and it's just more comfortable at the moment. You can see the light that comes through the windows. It's very comfortable and very pretty in the afternoon. So So walking through, looking back to the kitchen and through the Irori room, which is quite dark, but I guess that gives it a cozy feel. And when we get the Irori going again and possibly polish the floorboards in there, it really should look quite nice and rustic and authentic. So upstairs there is a 6 tatami mat room, which I think may have been used as a bedroom. It's very pretty with all the Showa era glass windows surrounding the view out to the garden, but it does need a lot of restoration work. So downstairs to the toilet area, originally there were 2 sets of toilets back to back, so 2 urinals, 2 toilets, set back to back. It's hard to see in the video, but the spaces are quite small. So what we've already done is actually remove one of the walls between these 2 rooms, and we're going to get a new toilet and make it a bit more spacious. It's a shame that I have to get rid of the tiles though, because I actually quite like the blue. This is one feature I definitely want to keep, which is a very cute little basin, and just look at the size of it. It's adorable. And so that stone wash basin there is another gorgeous feature, and the woodwork in here is also very pretty, so we just need to clean it up and give it a bit of a restore, and it will be completely usable space. And the other set of toilets you actually have to access from outside, so I'm assuming this could have been for the people that came to the house for the sake brewing, and I believe they taught sake brewing here as well, so maybe this was for external guests or, visitors to the house. And outside there's this gorgeous wash basin on top of a giant stone, which we absolutely love. Crossing over to what we call the annex. This part of the house was built 100 years ago. So the main house was actually built in 1868, we have that date, and this structure was built around 100 years ago from 2023. So around 1923 this one was built, so slightly newer. It has got some damage from a typhoon. Sadly, the ceilings are watermarked. The roof has been fixed, but this wood on the ceiling will probably have to be replaced, and the wood of the main beams and pillars that have been affected, we'll just sand them back and stain them. Apart from that, the annex is in good shape, and it's actually a very beautiful space. It's got glass doors surrounding the entire engawa. The engawa is the veranda type space between the shoji screens and the outer glass doors. And all of this glass is original, 100-year-old glass, and you might be able to see there, it's kind of wavy, so handmade glass. Now, the very final area I'd like to show you are the 2 warehouses on the side of the house, which we believe have been built as a separate structure. They're not actually attached to the outer wall of the main house, but just butted up right against it. So this could have been an addition at some point. And this particular side of the warehouse is very rustic and old, and Jason loves it. The exposed beams are really interesting, and perhaps they did some of the cooking of the sake and soy in there, I don't know. But the beams are blackened, so it looks like there could have been fires in there at some point. And this space here is where we're keeping our tools, and you can see there's some really cool artifacts still left in the corner there. Some of the sake brewing implements and other interesting things we've found. And that's the tour, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, so please leave them below. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.